What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another highly combustible reaction. We're going to be jumping into something kind of cool, actually. The history of the Paralympic movement. If there's one thing in sports that I would say doesn't get enough credit, it's the Paralympics. We already know everybody watches the Olympics. Everybody watches the running of the torch. Everybody watches all of that. Why? Because it's broadcast everywhere. McDonald's does Olympic things. Everything is Olympics before the Olympics. And then when the normal Olympics is over, people just kind of fall off. But the Paralympics is still going on. Like, that's something I wish that they had more advertising, more something like that. I don't care if it's just running of the torch, even if it was somebody in a wheelchair or something like that. I would watch it. I promise you, I would tune in. If it was more widely boosted, a lot more people would too. It's something that I definitely think needs some more visibility, because I never get to watch it, because we never even know when the hell it's gonna happen. Like, we know about the time frame, but in America, the channels, how do you control what's on your TV? Like, I'm sure it doesn't get broadcast nearly as much as the normal Olympics, which is sad. Very sad indeed. So let's learn a little something today. The history of the Paralympic movement from National Paralympic Heritage Trust. Definitely go over, show them some love on their channel. Let's see what we got.
In 1944, a Jewish doctor who was a refugee from Nazi Germany started a new spinal injuries unit at Stoke Mandeville Hospital. At the time, patients were only expected to live for 2 years, so the idea was to make their remaining days as comfortable as possible. Ludwig Guttmann had other ideas about their life expectancy and insisted on managing treatment his way. His approach was controversial to many, but Guttmann single-handedly revolutionized the care of the paralyzed. He got patients off sedation and turned in bed every 2 hours to prevent infections. Next, he insisted they got up and moved around by taking part in craft and sporting activities. One of Guttmann's most inspired ideas was to get wheelchair patients playing competitive sport as a way of improving fitness, boosting self-esteem, and restoring personal dignity.
It changed my world out of all recognition, because it gave me so much more confidence. You know, I knew that I was then equal to anybody. I don't know where I would have been without him.
That punches you in the heart already. What a man. Where everybody else would have just let people lay around and essentially die. He said no. He said, no, it's not your time. It's time to get up, time to move around a little bit. That's genius. He literally changed the way that people deal with patients in general now. Like, it has to.
On the same day as the opening of the 1948 London Olympic Games, Dr. Guttmann organised a team from the Star and Garter home to compete in an archery demonstration, and it had a lasting impact. The 14 men and 2 women who took part that day became the first Paralympians. Guttmann organised a similar event every year, and in each successive year, the Games got bigger and better. In 1952, the first international event was held when a small team from the Netherlands came to compete. From this date, Popper, as he was endearingly known, referred to the Games as the Olympics of the Disabled.
How important are games like these to paraplegics?
Very important. See, from both the physical and psychological point of view, but the most important is from the point of the social reintegration of the paralyzed into society.
The 1960 event is widely thought of as the first Paralympic Games, being held overseas for the first time, just after the Olympics in Rome.
400 paralyzed men and women took part, representing 24 countries.
From this point on, an annual event was held at Stoke Mandeville, and in each Olympic year, the Games moved, in the hope that they would be held in the Olympic city.
My first ever Paralympic Games was Tokyo, and I was lucky enough to come back with 2 gold medals, including the first ever track event.
The Paralympic movement continued to grow.
Papa Goodman would have loved to have been here now.
Holy crap. Hey, honestly, it needs more visibility. It needs more. We need to like push for the Paralympics to be just as big as the normal Olympics. Because whereas a lot of people may look and just see, oh, these are disabled people, or these are people who might not be able to compete like you or I, they're still able to compete, and they are damn sure role models to the other rest of the world that ends up as paraplegics, that realizes that, hey, I can still do things even though I've been dealt a shitty hand of cards. Like, I think that's beautiful. I think that's the most beautiful part of it all, is that for each one of them that's competing is a hero in his or her own way to somebody else, for sure. If you guys enjoyed it, definitely get over and show the National Paralympic Heritage Trust some love on their channel. We're already subbed up. We've already hit the like button. You should too. It's down inside the description. Hit the like button here if you liked it. The dislike button if you disliked it. Check out the other video up there. One of these guys up here. Until the next one, I'm highly combustible. You guys be happy, healthy, safe. We'll leave it to the moon and back. Peace.